Hey traders, this is Munya and welcome back to another weekly forex analysis. So before we jump right into it, let's just take a look at the previous weekly analysis that we had. So we started off with GU, Great British Pound versus the US dollar, right? And we predicted that price was going to move from this point going up and then going down, but actually price just bounced and then went up to this point, but never bounced back down. It broke the trend line. If you haven't watched the analysis, is there. I'll leave the link down below in the description. You can just go check it out and see what we talked about. But this is the analysis that I left from last Sunday, right? We predicted that price was at this point, and we predicted that it's going to push up and then maybe bounce back down at this point. But instead, it just dropped a little, then pushed up and then broke this trend line. Actually, we're gonna get right back to this after we look at another pair that we look at. So yes, if you had ended a buy on GU as predicted, you would have benefited, but this downfall, you might have not be able to catch it, but already you would have seen that there was a breakout. So you're not going to end. The price went back to respect this key resistance level. You see, price respected this key resistance level for GU. Okay, we're gonna come back to GU just after we analyze Euro USD's previous movement. So on Euro USD again, we predicted that the price was gonna push up and then down at this trend line, but then price just pushed up as predicted. So if you ended Euro USD buy, you were in profit. If you ended USD buy, you got your profit. But then it broke again this trend line and pushed way to this key resistance level that I'm just identifying now. We're gonna get back to it now. So the last pair that we analyzed was gold, right? And gold did exactly as we predicted. We predicted this this bounce on this trend line, and it was a clear buy area. So if you bought gold, you went into deep profits because it then pushed up, and it seems like to be following our analysis very nice and easy. It's moving in a nice channel and following it up clearly, right? So we're gonna get right back to it after we look at maybe GU. So what's the weekly analysis for GU now? What's the weekly analysis for GU? Now that we know that it broke this trend line, it came back and retested it, went up a bit and came back to retest it. What can we say? What can we say about GU? What is it doing? Can you identify anything else? I can identify a key support zone here. It's been tested twice now. It's been tested twice, right? And also, maybe I can remove this one. Okay, I don't think I can. Okay. Okay, let me just try and move it up. Okay, so maybe I can remove this. And so that we get a clear picture of what is happening. Okay. Sorry about the noise in the background, if you can hear it. I'm at home. Alright. So we can now see that GU is following this downtrend. We're in our 1 hour time frame, right? We already know what GU is doing in our weekly time frame. So if you don't, go check the previous video that I posted. You can get a clear picture of what GU is doing. So now we're at this stage. GU just bounced at this key support zone. GU just bounced at this key support zone. Here we have another resistance zone. Here we have another resistance zone. So this is the support for this resistance, and then this is the support for this resistance, right? So we'll just like make it nice and easy. So clearly GU is in a downtrend. Clearly GU is in a downtrend, right? I would want to have this trend line here, and it's failing to really push down to this level, but from this we can predict that GU is going to push up again to this level, and from this level, because we are at a resistance level and also at another trend line, I'm also predicting that then that will be the last time to push down to this support zone, right? It will be an opportunity for you to push right into the support zone. So now I'm just going to enter into GU buy, and then we form maybe downtrend. Okay, after this buy, I'm predicting that that's when it will properly drop to this level and make the correction of the price, right? Make the price correction. Okay, so that's it for GU. Let me put the long position so that you guys know, and let's say I'm creating this up. Okay, so my stop loss will be maybe around this point. Let me see where my TP is at. Okay, not bad. I can take this. Let me see how many pips we got. So take profit level is 83 pips, stop loss level is 50 pips. Yeah, that's a big risk, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So we're just gonna end a long position. Let's check Eurusd. From what happened, we predicted that it will move up and then come back down, but it didn't. It broke all this. So maybe let me just remove all the drawings. I'll still start from the hourly time frame. So I can see that GU is sort of like respecting this support. There's this resistance, it's respected. Okay, so we also have other key zones like these, right? We also have these, but they are not that necessary. It's just pure noise, right? You know that. Okay, so what then do we do? Well, I'm also expecting maybe you can have a trend line here. It's sort of like consolidating. If you can see, it's ranging. You can put in a tap at this, you can put a tap here, and see that price is moving sideways. Price is moving sideways, so you can't really get a proper trend. But then you can still use your support and resistance levels. So the best bet would be a long position here. The best bet would be a long position here. Put your stop loss tight and your take profit level here. This is a good trade, good risk reward ratio right there. Now almost 100 pips take profit and 50 pips stop loss, right? Good trade. And again, let's look at gold. Let's look at gold before we go. Let's look at gold. Gold has been respecting our our trend lines. So market closed when gold was about to reach these highest points they've ever reached. Yeah, right. But these key levels are being followed properly. These key levels are being consistently followed. So let's just remove everything. Okay, for gold I don't think it's necessary because we're expecting it maybe to keep correcting and then reach this level and then start dropping, right? So I would buy again. I would buy gold. I would buy gold again. And maybe put the stop loss right at this resistance. And then take profit here. It's tight. It's tight, as you can see. It's tight. I'm just gonna put it, the stop loss right below, right at this key level again. Right about there. Okay, so you can pause the video and actually see the figures. And today maybe we have an opportunity to look at another one. Let's just have a general look at AUD USD. Again, price is moving sideways. The market has no proper direction these days. Moving sideways. You can see price has been ranging. Key support and resistance levels. I'm just popping them out so that you can see. And okay, let me zoom in. You can see another one here. So just about this, and maybe we can have a trend here for proper guidance. Right, that's a nice little channel that AUD is following. So price maybe is going to push up to this level and then drop to correct this price movement, this increase. It's not heading down, right? It's not descending. So maybe you can still buy this level, but it's too risky. I would rather enter a short position once we reach this. I'd rather enter a short once we reach this level. I'm looking to short it. Alright, I don't want to force a setup here. I'm just gonna wait and be patient. They say trading is 90% patience and actually 10% buying and selling. So I'm gonna wait for it to properly form, to reach this level, and then I'm gonna short it right about there. Right, so this is it for this week. I hope you learned something. Let me just browse through again. We're buying GU, we're buying EU, we're buying gold, and on AUD we're waiting in to see to price to reach this level, and then we are shorting. Right, so please click the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. Like, comment, share with me your ideas. Contact me, my details down below in the description box. And I hope we have a good week. Until next time.